to see you again for today's class. We're going to lay on our side today. So I'm just going to have you up on your elbow like this, and you just have your elbow underneath your shoulder and your knees are bent, and if you're up against a wall, your feet would be touching the wall and your lower back. So that's the kind of alignment that we need to be in. Okay, so you take this hand, just pop it underneath the ribs here. Just allow yourself to sink down and see how that brings your shoulder up. And then I want you to lift up the ribs and feel nice and strong there through the shoulder, and then drop the shoulder, drop into the shoulder, and then lift back up. One more, a little down and then up, and then this is where I want you to stay. If your shoulder gets tired here or your neck doesn't like it, then the option is always just to go down and to just hold your head on, laying down on the floor. That's fine. Okay, but we're up here like this on our elbow. We're also developing shoulder stability and strength. The top leg is going to go out long and the bottom one stays bent. Hold on here to your hip and just lengthen your waist a little bit. So always make sure those ribs are in, the waist is nice and long, and it feels like you're pulling your tummy in as well. So now you're in a really good position to start working through the glutes. Okay, we're just going to lift up the leg and then pop it back and down. Little lift and down. I've got a flexed foot here, and think of reaching out through the heel of the foot. This hand can always just go here on the floor as well to help you balance. So have a look at the shape of my body. I'm not going so high. If I try and take it too high, what can happen is I could drop in like this and then come out. So that's what we want to try and avoid. So we're just going to try and keep it, keep this up, keep the waist long, so the leg doesn't need to come up high, and I'm sure you'll really start to feel these muscles here working really well. You know, that's going to help you balance. Nice strong body here, glutes. Good. Okay, take a breather. Then we're going to lift up the leg and point the toes. Then we're going to do 5 circles, drawing the circle backwards. Little ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just go forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then bend the knee in. Good job. Take this hand, reach it up, reach it over, and look down at your elbow. That should feel really nice. And then bring the arm all the way back. Put this hand here on the ground. And what we're going to do now is take the leg out long, leave it resting on the floor. You're going to lift it up, point, flex, and put it down. Lift it up, point, flex, and down. Up, point, flex, down, up, point, flex, down, up, point, flex, down, up, point, flex, down. Lift up the leg. We have one more move here, and we just bend the knee right up in front and then push it back and out. Bend it in, push it out. See where my fingers are here? You're going to fold here right at the hip joint. So you're keeping the tummy in and the waist long, but you're getting a crease here as you bring the leg in. So it feels like you're sticking your tailbone out a little bit when the knee comes in. Good, we're nearly there. We're just going to do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well done. Pop your legs together and take a little lie down. So this time we're going to cradle the head, make a little pillow with your underneath arm for your head. Then this top arm is going to reach out in front of you. Glue your knees together and keep them right where they are. As you open this arm up, go all the way open and open up your chest. And then you bring the arm all the way back and in front. And again, you open the arm, keep looking at it as you open all the way back. And then bring it all the way back. Okay, now that I was focusing on my arms, I forgot to keep my knees where they were. So now you know what to do. Try and keep your knees right where they are, allowing your torso to twist, and then folding back. One more. Nice big stretch. And this time we're just going to hold it open there. Just rest. Allow your body to sink into the twist. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. One more big deep breath in and a slow breath out. Good, and then just bring the arm all the way back, up and around. This hand now goes on the floor in front of you, and what you're going to do is just lift up the top knee but keep your feet together and then pop the knee back down. So it doesn't go too high. I could go further if I let my hips roll back, okay? But this is where we want to just find that control again. So the knee only goes up as far as I can, just keeping that hip bone where it is. That's it. Another really good one to strengthen our glutes and the hips. We're going to do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And then we just stretch out the legs long, and you're going to roll straight on over to your tummy. And then what we're going to do from here is you're just going to pop your hands just in front of your shoulders, about as wide as your mat, and your face looks down at the floor. Give your hips a little swoosh from side to side, and then find yourself even on the ground. So feel like your pubic bone is pressing down into the mat and that your tummy's engaged, almost like you're wanting to pull your tummy up off the floor. Then all you do here is you're just going to look forward to the end of your mat and then lift up your eyes and lift up your chest and let your elbows drop down a little bit. And then you just go back. So again, a small movement. These are the kind of moves that'll help your posture. Let your chest lift up, let the elbows drop down, the shoulders dropping down away from the ears, and then back and down. And again, so eyes look forward. Then you float the head, the neck, the chest, let the elbows drop, your fingers are light, you're not pushing into them, and then everything back and down. Now if you feel that in your lower back, the trick is really to keep the pubic bone pressing down. Maybe you squeeze your tush a tiny little bit as well, just a little bit. And this time, when you get to here, see how you go just hovering the hands up off the ground. Good. Oh, this is lots of good work for your upper back. Hands go back down and then you go down. We do that one again. So you look forward, you lift up your eyes, you lift up the chest, and then hover the hands tiny little bit up off the floor. Good. Hands go back down and then you go down. And again, eyes up, chest up, and hold it here. Hold it there for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands go down and you go down. Then we're just going to reach the arms forward. So my face is just up off the ground, my chest is up a little bit. But before we start to move, I just want you to, again, think of the tailbone aiming down towards the mat. The hip bones are really heavy and the legs are stretching out long behind you. So we're going to take opposite arm and leg and we just float it up off the floor the tiniest little bit and then pop it back and down. Same on the other side. So again, this is not about going really high with the arm and leg. It's just about length, strengthening those back muscles. So the hip bones are quite steady. So as you alternate from side to side, the trick is not to dip into one hip. So you want to try and keep nice and steady. Even if it doesn't feel like you're lifting the leg up very much at all, even the thought of it is going to engage that the right muscles. So we're working the hamstring, the back of the leg, and this diagonal sling across your back from one shoulder down to the opposite hip. So I usually breathe in when I do the little lift because the air kind of fills into my chest, helps me lift a little bit. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So, and if you keep pushing your pubic bone down, lengthening the lower back, feel like you're drawing your tummy in, pull it in up off the floor even while you're doing this. Because if I forget that, then I feel it in my low back, and then it's just a reminder, oh yep, lengthen the low back. And we'll do one more, you're nearly there. Good job. And then just put the hands beside you, push into the front, sit back into your rest position. That should feel really nice. Take a deep breath in, and then a nice slow breath out. We'll do one more like this, inhale, and then exhale. Good. And then just shift your weight forward and swivel around. We have the other side to do. So we started like this, start with your feet, lining up with your tailbone, and then prop your elbow. A common mistake is to have it out too far, which is a lot of strain, and it's going to make it much harder. So I'm just going to have that right in there, sink down, and then lift up, and again just feeling where you need to be. So we're going to hold those ribs up, top leg reaches out, and the waist is nice and long. It's just an up and a down with a flexed foot. Nice long leg, that's it. Nice still body. Remember, not too high with the leg. Draw in, that's it. If your neck gets sore here, why don't you just look down at that elbow on the floor? That can feel quite nice. Take a little bit of pressure out of your neck, or if you want to lay down, you can still get the same work here. Okay, take a breather. Then we've got our circles, so about the size of a dinner plate. You want to draw a circle with your big toe, point your toes, go back first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 5 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then bend the knee back and in. Feeling it in the right spot, just in here. The next thing to do is to reach the leg out long. We lift it up, we point, flex, and down. Up, point, flex, and down. Up, point, flex, down. Up, point, flex, down. Up, point, flex, down. Last one. Good. Then we lift up the leg, and then you're going to bend it in and push the foot away. Bend it in and push. That's it. Good. Fold into here and push away. Draw in your tummy. Very good. Really feel it, don't you? These are the careful moves I was telling you about. So if you're feeling it all through here, you're doing really well. If you feel it in your neck, try looking down, or just lay straight on down onto your arm. Good, and then relax. And then we'll have a lie down. This will feel really nice. Cradle your head with the underneath arm, and we take the top arm forward. Keep your knees together and keep them right where they are. Open the arm up to let your eyes follow your hand as you open up. And then bring the arm over your body again and back in front. So nice deep breath in as you open and spiral through your body. opening up, and then bring it all the way back. Try not to let the hips roll back. See if you can keep the knees where they are. So it means again you might not go quite as far, but you'll feel a lovely twist right through the torso, and then bring it back. And this time when you go over, let's just hold it here and just breathe here nice and deeply in and out through the nose for a few breaths. Just sinking into the stretch, letting the hips relax, opening up the upper body, the chest. Your eyes can look right around to your hand, or maybe it's nicer for you just to look straight up to the ceiling. You just choose where feels best for you. And then lift up the arm and bring yourself all the way back. Then from here, you're just going to roll straight on over to your back this time. Let's give those hips a bit of a stretch now. So I want you to take one foot, cross it over the opposite knee. You let the knee reach out to the side of you. Okay, so having a good stretch here. If you'd like to try a little bit deeper stretch, what you can do is lift up the underneath leg and just grab hold of the thigh, and that will give you a deeper stretch. But sometimes even just being here is enough of a stretch, or you could even just lift up the underneath foot just a tiny little bit. So deep breaths when you stretch. And then just gently pop that leg down, unhook that leg, go the other side. So put the foot that's crossed over the knee, your foot is flexed, you reach the knee out to the side, square off your hip bones, and then if you feel like it, the underneath leg lifts up a little bit. Just holding the stretch. And then just gently pop that leg down. Put both feet on the ground. Put your feet as wide as your mat now. And hands down beside you. You're going to swoosh both knees over towards the right, and then both knees over to the left. And again, take both knees to the right, and then both over to the left, and right, and then left. Good, and then just walk your feet inward. And again, to hop up, we're going to roll over to the side. Put one hand down on the floor, push into the floor, slowly come on up. Your head comes up last, and we're all done. Good job.